Hi, I'm Anthony Scodary, co-founder and co-head of engineering at Gridspace. So early days in machine learning and neural networks, you would have neural networks that often would just have maybe one or two layers. The most famous early neural network was the multi-layer perceptron, which was a few layers deep and allowed you to model nonlinear relationships that weren't possible with other simple models of the time. However, one problem with all machine learning up to that point was typically you had to do two stages. One, what's called feature engineering, where you would do a lot of work, typically with experts, to take data, often really high dimensional data, and put it into some really compressed, specialized format, set it kind of teeing it up for a machine learning model to then learn what to do after that. So imagine you wanted to have a detector that detected when glass shattered. You might do feature engineering to identify what are the frequencies of glass shattering and what is the thresholds where you would detect glass shattering, and get it down to a vector where you had a couple different variables that correlated with glass shattering. And then machine learning would only come in at the very end and actually learn how to detect the glass shattered from a microphone. By contrast, deep learning, the original idea was that you have a model that had many layers of depth, where the earlier layers were learning the features rather than an expert needing to create some sort of feature vector. And deep learning most frequently refers to deep neural networks, but it could also be depth added to other types of machine learning models like belief networks and other types that are a little bit more obscure. And generally, what deep learning allowed us to do was operate on signals that were raw, that required no machine input or design to design how to process that raw data. So this allowed us to start operating on video and images and audio versus maybe structured data like recommendations in a bookstore or something like that. Thanks, guys. If you found this interesting and there's other terms you want us to define, go ahead and put them down in the comments. We promise we will define every single one that you put. And if you want to follow future videos in this series, make sure to subscribe on the Gridspace YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.